We begin today's meditation with a few sipping exercises to remind us a little treat can go a long way. So pick up your McCafe iced coffees, close your eyes, and deep sip in, and deep satisfaction out.
Take a treat retreat at McDonald's. Right now, get a McCafe iced coffee in any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price of participation may vary.
Episode 621 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm Jeff Altman, the big game hunter, the head coach for JobSearch.Coaching.HQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com. Welcome. And by the way, let me just simply say, my best information is at JobSearch.Coaching.HQ.com. So I want to encourage you to come over and join. Inexpensive to do so, and you're not going to have to figure out which is the stuff that will help you. If it's not on the site, I'll add it for you later on. But be that as it may, this show today is about another one of those tough interview questions. It doesn't really matter how bad or good the economy is. Sometimes employers like to ask someone who's out of work or has been out of work, so why have you been out of work so long? And I've had people being asked that question having been out of work for 3 weeks. It's ridiculous, but it's still asked, and they want to see you sweat bullets. So I have a show here that's designed to help you answer that question. Hope you find it helpful. And I also want to encourage you, I have another show called Job Search Radio that covers other things this year other than tough interview questions and how to interview. It's really everything else related to job hunting. So subscribe to No BS Job Search Advice Radio and Job Search Radio in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever podcast service you listen to shows on. And with that, let's get going, okay? Today I'm going to talk with you about another of those tough interview questions. So, why have you been out of work so long? These days, that's a pretty common situation. And if you act in a defensive way and attack the interviewer by saying, what do you mean I've been out of work so long? Or words that an interviewer could translate to that effect, you're lost. You've lost. You can forget about the job. Now, the way to answer that question is really very subtle. And you start off by saying, well, I've always found that if I rush into things without consideration, I make mistakes. So I consciously made a choice after I was laid off to take some time to really think about what I wanted to do. After all, the economy has been complicated now for quite some time. Firms in my industry, whatever that is, you can mention, banking or Wall Street or whatever the industry is. Firms on Wall Street have been going through difficult times right now. And I didn't want to just rush into something and then find out that I made a mistake. So I just decided to take a little bit of time, because I've always found that when I take the time to evaluate my options and make a conscious choice, things turn out well. So that took a little bit of time. So I've decided at this point what I really want to do. I'm back in the market. I'm here to land a job with your firm. You can, schmooze the interviewer at this point. But the idea is to basically say, I took some time at the point I was laid off to consider what my options were, because I didn't want to just rush back into something for the sake of having a job. My finances were in good order. And I decided that the smartest thing to do was to sit back and evaluate for a while before rushing back in. That'll diffuse any concern that an interviewer has about whether you're, quote, damaged goods or what's wrong with this person. Because employers think that way when you've been out of work so too long, regardless of the economy. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you do, I want to encourage you to come join me at JobSearch.Coaching.HQ.com. That's my site with curated information from around the web that I've developed in podcast, video, articles. All my books and guides to job hunting appear on the site, all for one price. And I also want to encourage you, give the show 5 stars in iTunes, please. I have a link in the show notes. It's going to help other people discover the show and help them anymore. So I'll be back tomorrow with more. In the meantime, have a great day. Take care.
Haverty's Furniture is here to help you get set for the season with up to $1,000 off. So you can set the stage with style and set the bar more beautifully. So why not settle in together on a new sofa? Because being at home doesn't mean having to settle for less. Even though the holidays feel a little different this year, Haverty's Furniture can help you create the perfect holiday setting with up to $1,000 off plus 0% interest.